Are we live? Are we live? Coach Jerry here. Welcome to this video. Welcome. Uh, I do apologize for my voice, for my nose, which is totally clogged from this allergy, and I think I got some sort of like a, you know, cold plus allergy. It happens every May. I mean, this is basically what it is. But anyway, we'll move on. Welcome to this. This is very special to me. Today, it's a start of something new for me. And when you work online, I'll explain about it. But like when we work online, one of the things that differentiates, coaches from coaches is the ability to be able to innovate. And when it comes to innovation, uh, one of the things that we can do online is we have the privilege to be able to eat as many people as we possibly could, compared to when you work with somebody one to one on a gym. Yet, with that privilege comes the ability and the responsibility to be able to make choices. And today, or not choices, I don't like the word choice, I like the word decisions. Choice is like something that gives you an out, a decision is something that you're pretty much sure of, and then you will maintain that decision. Um, Today we're going to talk about who is the invisible athlete and why should you care. um, Plus I'm gonna let you know about this 5x or five, what do we call it, 5 steps to reboot your metabolism after 40, which it seems like I made a post, and for some weird reason, this is another thing about online. You make a post and you don't think much of it, and then it goes, I don't want to say viral, but there's a lot of people engaging. So I know that this is something that you need. So I'm gonna, make all this week about this. Anyway, why do I why did I make a post yesterday about a new logo? Why did I decide to make this group, the people I work with, to the people I want to inspire, and without a shadow of a doubt, the people that will gravitate towards this in the future. Why did I decide to call this thing the Invisible Athlete Over 40? Why am I no longer just gonna coach women over 40, and or basically like cater towards prospects that are in this group, which are merely women over 40? Well, simply put, everybody and their moms are now, talking to women over 40. But I realized that when you want to differentiate yourself, I truly believe I have a mission. I truly believe I'm good in what I'm doing. Like a lot of people tell me about, not that I care much about knowing that, because when they do tell me, it's like, hey, okay, why don't you just take our challenges? Why don't you just do some of the work we have inside the group? And the reality is that I got to the point that few things got me to want to change this branding. Few things. Number one is like I talked to Marissa we had a call with Marissa, and I realized that the people I can help is the people that they have some sort of a discipline athlete or disciplined personality, or like wanting to really achieve something in life, whether they were an athlete and then they lost, their body, uh, or they have an athlete within themselves. Like the logo said, sexy, strong, seen. There is a lot of ladies that they do not feel comfortable in who they are today. That the body doesn't reflect who they are. Their image no longer reflects who they were in the past, or it doesn't reflect who they are now. They don't feel comfortable wearing the clothes. They don't feel comfortable being intimate again with their partner. They never saw who they really wanted to see in the mirror. And that is adjacent to be more like an athlete, because one of the things that I realized, comparing Marissa, I'm gonna use an example, Marissa 5 years, 6 years ago, and Marissa now, that now she takes this as a job. She's like, I'm gonna plan. She actually does more than I'm doing. Like I'm not ashamed to say that she works out more than I'm doing. It's like, how can she find the time? Well, simply put, she make time. She schedule her things. You know, she was very much. She just went into the call and talked about how important it is to 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 have the family support. But how do you become that? Well, you inspire other people to give you support. You make your own barriers. Why? So it's like, why am I changing this? Is because the like you'll see, I'm gonna develop something really, really unique, but it's not gonna be for everybody. It's gonna be for ladies that actually like to be sporty, for a lady that likes to work out, especially in the gym or with weights, right? uh, for a lady that want to follow some sort of a disciplined way of eating, because one of the things that I really take responsibility into the past is that I've been so flexible. You know, like if somebody came to me and it's like, Jerry, I don't want to eat that way. It's like, okay, let's eat it another way. Well, newsflash, life. And then they ask me, it's like, hey, I just want to have the abs. I just want to look good. It's like, hey, newsflash, life doesn't owe you anything. You just don't pro- say I want to be that. It's like saying I'm a bodybuilder, 200 pounds, 200, 300 pounds of muscle. I just want to be like a sprinter. Where life doesn't owe you that. You become that. You just go, you just start running, and maybe when you do everything correctly, and this is this is the catch. Even when you do everything correctly, sometimes life doesn't pay you back. But if you don't do anything, much like I see a lot of people inside this group, don't do anything. Life doesn't owe you anything. Okay, so this is why I now wanted to build, and you'll see because I am this invisible athlete. I'll talk about my past. I talk about things I never talked about. I'll talk about what that means. I'll talk about confidence, about body image, about body shaming, about being judged, about feeling like, and like life doesn't owe you that, but you can become that if you just put the effort. Okay. And this was like, I'm looking at all my favorite clients at the moment, whether they're super successful, whether they struggle, that the character and the personality is within like an athlete. It's either they're doing an activity they love, either they're running, either they're working out. And while there are things that you're supposed to follow, that I'm gonna do my best in you following this kind of philosophy, and the longer it's just gonna be about flexible things. When you're over 40, there is a few things that you must do, and I'm gonna do my best to make it interesting to you, to teach it in a way, to inspire you in a way that you're gonna do it, but you must want it. And it takes me to the second thing why uh, I decided to do this. Because sadly, when it comes to online, and this is why I decided to go from offline to online, and now I'm getting people in my country. They ask me when they see me around, it's like, Jerry, why don't you do this in Italian? Hey, I might build something in Italian for you. Why don't you just cater towards men? I still train. I can train men one to one. Just message me. We'll make this happen. I'm looking around studios here to be able to build something that people can come to, seminars, for example, or can actually be trained. Like I can go back and still train one to one people because I do love to do that. But when it comes to my past, I love to work out. I haven't skipped a single week of working out probably the past 20 years. Why the fuck would I try to train people or inspire people that come to me and tell me, hey, I need motivation. I don't like to work out. Can I just get results without really doing this? It's like, just go somewhere else. You know, you're clearly not a person I can help. You're clearly not a person that want it. And this takes me to this because I put out, and again, I don't want this to take it personally. I know there are some of my clients that they wrote me, it's like I don't want to do it, I don't feel whatever. But again, this is not for clients or past clients. This is more for the 2,000 plus people that are here watching in this group, and thus nothing. Like, and I'm saying like, you're right. that there is a master class, you're gonna come to the master class, you don't come. There is many challenges, and then you tell me when I do right, why can I not just get a free thing? Is this free? It's like there was like free challenges for the past year, you didn't do it. That tells me you didn't prioritize your health. When you put out a challenge and you right now there is a trust recession in the marketplace, like people don't know who to trust. But when you put out a challenge in a group that you've been fostering for the past or farming for the past year and a half, 2023, and now we're at middle 2025, and you get one or two signups, that bust my balls clearly, like like without offending anybody, that really pisses me off. It's like, if you're here and say you want to change, why don't you change? Why don't you do the uncomfortable thing that is going to make you change? Or else don't be here. I'm now messaging one to one pretty much the whole group. And those of you that answer some stupid ass answer like, uh, I don't have time, I don't this, I this, all these excuses, like clearly excuses. Or, when I make a poll that says I'm not interested, you're out. I'm no longer going to cater towards you. I'm no longer going to give choice. I'm no longer going to give opportunities to people like that. You're out because number one, I don't want my energy to be taken from you. And number two, I want my energy to be there for the people that needs me, for my clients, for my past clients, for my future clients, for people that cannot pay or people that are in Africa that cannot afford that service but want to change. For those people, I want to be there. And you are welcome to be within the invisible athlete community. Those that find all the time excuses or randomly jump from group to group, from challenge to challenge, from free shit to free shit, just to end up getting our results clearly, but then telling, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and do stuff myself, just to be coming back for the next free stuff, then this is not for you. And again, this is not about saying like, when I put out a resource, you shouldn't ask for it. Please do. But I'm talking about clearly a type of person that jump from free challenge to free challenge to free challenge, and then they find themselves 3 years from now having more issues than they started with. Okay, clearly, like if they need to solve belly fat, they didn't solve it. They need to create a habit, they didn't create it. Okay, and therefore I don't want to cater towards those people anymore. I don't want my time to be taken. I don't want my energy to be taken. And just fucking find another group, like, or another community, or don't like, there are past people that came in here that don't they want a results without doing anything, without shifting their mindset, without saying like, the first phone call which I make, I'm very clear on saying, okay, if you're gonna sign up with this, you're gonna have to commit for at least 3 months. And after a week, they're like, okay, I'm just like, uh, you know, uh, this is too much work. And I'm saying, what do you mean too much work? It's like three things you have to do. No, but there is a lot of things to watch. It's like, and plus I need to watch other things. It's like, no, you don't. This is what you got here, because you go from YouTube, from Google to YouTube to another challenge, and you never solve the immediate problem you have. And if you don't, you're just going to end up being the same, that you don't change. And why am I building this is because athlete or perceive athlete, you can always help. Like people that like to work out, you can always help. People that have a general understanding about nutrition, you can always help. People that know, much like when I started working out 20 years ago, that you need to sacrifice, that you need to eat well, that you need to actually do some effort. Those people are easy to help, are easy to get results. But the cool thing is that I'm gonna teach you how to do it without giving up your dinner night outs, without giving up your alcohol, without giving up your dates, without, like, I'm gonna teach you how to have a sustainable lifestyle, yet getting results. It's gonna be very specific. It's gonna be very cool. And if you're excited about, comment down below athlete, because as soon as we put together something, uh, I'm going to be tagging you. I'm gonna invite you, and from now on, as I build this thing, you're gonna be invited to the master classes completely for free. You can come in, or you can't. This is up to you. But despite that, you're gonna get the best of me because like I'm gonna build it anyway. And uh, but as this group shift, if you're not in, you're out. I'm tired of saying it. I'm tired of excuses. I'm tired of seeing people that say they want something and then they don't do it. I'm tired of seeing these people, you know, impacting negatively other people, because this is a community, and this is basically what it is. And I'm tired of people lying to themselves. If you don't want to change, don't lie to yourself. Now, for a second, let's talk about what are these 5 steps to reboot your metabolism. Well, simply put, you need to, number one, you need to eat enough, not too much, but enough. Most people don't eat enough, or most people eat too much. So you need to eat just enough, okay? And for the most part, of course, that comes down to energy intake. That comes down to energy levels. That comes down to not eating 1,200 calories, but it comes down to not eating 5,000 or 3,000 that you think that you're eating 25 or 2,000. Number two, it comes down to eating more protein, prioritizing your protein, okay, especially in the morning and in the evening, okay? And we'll see exactly how to do that. 0.7 to 1.5, pounds or kilo, okay, which for most women is 100 to 150 grams for the most part. Number three is going to be lifting at least 3 times per week with progression overload and walking, okay? Walking is important. Movement and exercise are not the same things, okay? Number four is stress management and sleep quality improvement. Okay, it's a killer for weight loss. Okay, it's important to get anywhere from 6 to 8 or 9 hours of sleep, but mostly important is to sleep well, sleep good. Okay, I'm guilty of it. I struggle with it. I have a real hormonal interaction with it, which is a reverse cortisol curve, which is a huge problem for me. Probably the biggest needle mover for me, which if I'm able to fix, it would make a difference. And then of course you have to ditch the all in or nothing mentality, meaning like, oh, you perfectionist, you either do nothing or you just go all in. Those of you that goes 5 times a week in the gym, and if they cannot go 5 times, then they don't go at all, and they stop. So you start and stopping, you start a diet, you get some results that you think is not working because you don't assess whether it's working or not correctly, and then you start another diet. Um, you will need to put non-negotiable. You will need to know how to eat pizza. You'll need to know what to do when you eat pizza the day off, the day after, and the day before. You'll need to calculate those non-negotiable. Okay, you will need to do that. It's gonna be quite cool and exciting, but that's a huge step for getting results. Hopefully this is exciting. Hopefully this is new. Hopefully you got the message. I'll be very actively either pulling you in towards this project, or sending you out. And again, this conversation doesn't go towards my clients, but mostly towards the people inside this group. Hopefully you like this. Hopefully you want to be part of it. It's going to be quite exciting, and I'm going to talk to you soon. Bye bye.